Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. This week I hope to make some progress on this Smalti mosaic of my backyard. And I have this community mandala project that I need to finish prepping by putting thin set on these pieces and transferring the design. And then those will be all set, and that doesn't start for a few weeks. And I'm getting ready to start a commission for a friend, and these are the finishes for her new bathroom. So I will try to incorporate these colors. And this is the old tile that is getting demoed. She also likes this color a lot. So I'll see if I can pull some glass, and I'll be working on the design this week. I have now pulled multiple colors of glass that I think will work. I need to contact the client and see what she thinks. I'm having a hard time finding a warmer gray. The grays I have are much cooler than this, but they don't look bad with this piece that she gave me, this sample. And I noticed that this flooring that she has both cool and warm grays in it. So maybe some of that will work. I also have a slate blue that I'm not sure if it's too cool, but then the purple is too purpley. So I may end up mixing some of them, which is what happens when you have a limited color palette. Well, my thin set is slaking and I'm all set to work out here, and it's starting to rain. The forecast says it's not raining till later, so now I gotta move this inside. After I did the first one, I realized it would be much easier to cover the tape on the back first, and then when I flip it and it sits on the bucket, it's not touching the wet thin set. And then I cover the tape on the edges and the top, and then I filled in the rest with a skim coat of thin set. I got all three mandalas coated and I have them propped up on buckets. It's taken up a lot of space in here, but when it gets set up just a little bit more, in an hour or two, I will come back and sand it because it's really quite rough, but it's easy to sand before it sets up 100%. This has nothing to do with mosaics, but look at these beautiful calla lilies that my son gave me yesterday. Oh, can't stop looking at them. So great. I'm trying to show up close how rough this surface is, and just by sanding it lightly, how it very easily becomes smooth. This week I'm sharing a trip my husband and I made to see the Van Gogh Atlanta Experience. Make no mistake, this is not an exhibition of works. It starts with lots of information and reading about Van Gogh's life. Even though there's no actual artworks, the scale that they show his work and the unique ways that they show it, like the three-dimensional bedroom, make it worthwhile. The real experience came when we entered a very large room which had images projected 360 degrees around us, telling the general life story via his works that we had just read about. In the end, we even paid a little bit extra for a virtual reality experience that was pretty cool. Overall, I'd recommend going as it was interesting and inspiring. To step back and take a look, especially on one like this where I am making all the color decisions as I'm working. It's a lot more, it's not as relaxing for me. It's a lot harder than going from, say, a photo that is on your substrate or traced on your substrate and the colors are more exact. This is a lot more squinting and going by what I feel the color should be. So I pushed in some of that sky coming down, very, very light, and I've laid in some of the flowers that come down here, but I want to bring this across even further and put some more over on that side. A lot more work to do. It's going pretty quick. Now it's time to trace. Let's take a look. Very faint, but looks good. So I ended up thickening up some of these lines because we're actually going to put glass on them, and because I have people with no experience helping with this project, I decided to make it a little thicker so it'd be easier to cut those strips to outline these areas. And that was just because they were all the same size when I started, so this one didn't scale up as much, so the lines weren't as fat. The other ones, the lines were much fatter, and even though they're not all the same, that's fine. These are going to be a little bit smaller since this is a smaller scale, but they'll still be fat enough where they can cut the glass. Anyway. Now I'm going to go over it with marker. Here's what my hand looks like after hours of tracing with a Sharpie. Well, I have got these 3 mandalas all ready for the community mosaic project, and it's not going to begin for about another month, and I already have about 44 people signed up on 4 different days that I'm planning on working on it. So there's room for more people, but the big one will be blue. It has a diameter of 36 inches and an area of about 7 square feet. The middle one will be green. It has a diameter of 30 inches for about 5 square feet. And the small one will be mostly purple. It has a diameter of 24 inches with about total of 3 square feet. And this commission for my friend, I've been working on the layout a little bit. I need to get a little bit of feedback before I get started on it, but it's based on some photos that she took on her 25th wedding anniversary, which it was a spot along the Oregon coast where they went also for their honeymoon. And so it has significance for them. And she wanted me to combine some of the photos, and so I have to wait and get some feedback, and we'll figure that out. And here is an overall view of this one. I have paused for now because I have a lot of this glass, and I need something that is a little bit darker. But this one is 230, and the next one I have is 232. So I did go online and I ordered 231, which is in between these two. So that one will be perfect to go in behind some of that green to give it some depth. So I'm gonna wait on that. My order for the green glass already arrived. So here's the 230, here's the 232. I did order some other things, but let me open it. I wanna look at the 231, that's the thing. Couldn't resist getting some gold. So this is a silver colored gold, G002. And some purple. 231. So I did get some other greens as well. 229. And one of this blue green, 221. And a lot of white. This is the one I'm interested in. Oh, wrong one. This is the one I'm interested in. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit more blue. I was hoping that would be in between these two, like a little bit darker. It's not really darker. It is a different color. And that one's lighter. Let's look at this one. This one's much more blue. I don't know if that other one will work, but I can blend it. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.